jalapeno jelly.
Good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. My turn to try it. Definitely has a pepper taste, but it's still sweet. A little bit of heat, but not terrible bad.
I didn't think it had too much heat.
Hey everyone, this is Martin, and
I'm Shelly.
And we are up in the kitchen today, and we're going to be doing a bunch of canning because it's a little bit rainy outside, and we've got the produce is starting to stack up around here. So we're going to start this morning with jalapeno jelly, and what we've got is, I've got 10 jalapenos in there. About half of them have had the seeds taken out, and the other half have the seeds left in. There's also a green bell pepper and a red bell pepper in there, and it's some for the flavor, but mostly for the color. And we've chopped them all up to a size that we can put into a food processor. And if you want the recipe for this, I'll be putting the recipe down below in the description. And then we're going to get started on other things. But right now today is jalapeno jelly.
Yay! I really like this food processor. It's a Hamilton Beach. What I like about it is, one thing, you can do small portions and put it in here, and then you can do, of course, the big one. But I also like the process that you can take this out. One is the slicer and one is the shredder. You just turn them. This is the chopper we're going to use today. I don't want to handle these peppers, so I'm just going to dump all of it in and chop it. Some of them's got seeds on it. Okay, I'll just put the lid on. Pulse and chop.
Okay, we're looking down in here, and it's pretty good, but there's still some pretty big chunks in there, so we're going to kind of scrape them down in there and pulse it just a little bit more. I think that looks pretty good. So this recipe calls for 5.5 cups of sugar.
1, 2, 5.
Okay, so there's 5.5 cups of sugar. And we're doing 1.5 cups of vinegar. And that's white vinegar, like you would do pickles and things like that with. And we're doing 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. That looks good. Okay, the next step that we've got to go through is draining off the excess liquid off of the pepper mix. So we're doing that right now. And there was quite a bit in there. And according to the recipe, this excess liquid would make the jelly kind of runny. So nothing worse than runny jelly. And even though we would like to get every crumb of pepper out of there, I don't think it's going to be completely necessary. I don't think it will affect the jelly at all. So let's call that good. So what will happen at this point is we're going to bring this up to a boil and boil it for 10 minutes over kind of medium heat. And then once it's boiled for 10 minutes, we're going to add the pectin to it and then boil it for another minute before we start doing the canning process. All right, we're going to get the pectin ready, and so it can be added to it when the time comes. And I'm gonna have to put my chemist hat on because it asks for 13 ounces of liquid pectin, which we don't have. We've got the powdered pectin, Sure Gel pectin. And as it turns out, the 13 ounces of liquid pectin is basically 1 ounce, is like 3/4 of a cup plus 1 ounce. Okay, this makes 3/4 of a cup when it's plus the amount of pectin that's in it. So that's going to be roughly 13 ounces, I believe, when it's all done. So we're going to use 1 box of dried powdered pectin with the 3/4 of a cup of water, and I believe that's going to give us the right amount of mixture. And I believe the recipe was probably built around that. So anyway, we'll be back when the peppers are boiling. All right, so in here is 3/4 of a cup of water and the pouch of pectin, and we're just going to stir that continually until it's boiling. And looks like we've got a boiling going on over here in the peppers. You're gonna laugh when you see this. This is our canning stove. It's an apartment-sized stove, so it's a little tiny thing. So we've got, that's where we're gonna be boiling the lids and the rings. That's where the peppers are. Pectin is back over here, and then our big canning pot. And it all just barely fits on there, but it's been working. Our canning operation starts on the stove here, and Shelly is over here washing the jars and putting them down into the canning pot. And then it moves over to our table, which we've moved over right next to the stove. And this is where we'll be doing all the processing of the jars and filling them and everything. Then they'll go back into the canner. And when they're done, we'll take them out and set them to cool. All right, so after the pepper solution boiled for 10 minutes, I added the pectin into that and stirred it and boiled it for about another minute. Now we're getting ready to put it in the jars. Now our cabin is 400 square feet, so if you're in an apartment or something like that trying to figure out how you can do canning, we're doing it on a pretty minimal level here, so and it's working. You can take that spoon out if you want. Jalapeno pepper jelly. Now we're making a small single batch of this right now, and I can tell you that if depending on how we like this recipe, we may do quite a bit more eventually, but right now we're going to see how it turns out. Now I have seen pepper jellies, and I've even eaten pepper jellies where they strain all of the pepper out of it, and so it's just clear. But I kind of like the look of having the little flakes of pepper and pepper skins and all of that in it. So that's why we went with just pulsing the peppers down to a fine mixture and using them just straight that way. so it's been 10 minutes and we are pulling these things out. Wipe them down.
Yeah. Take them over here.
Yep. That recipe gave us 7 half pints. So 3.5 pints, I guess. And so that's going to be our experimental batch. Thanks for watching. When we get ready to try some of this, we're going to go ahead and add that to the end of the video, which probably will be later today. Here's the jalapeno jelly first try.
You want me to butter yours?
Go ahead, just pull the lid off. All right, we got a little bit of pectin foam around the top of it there. That won't hurt anything.
You spread that around.
All right, then I'll make mine up. I don't bite into it until I have a chance to get over there.
Okay.
Okay, let's see you try it.
Okay.
Jalapeno jelly.
Good.
That's good. All right, my turn to try it. Definitely has a pepper taste, but it's still sweet. A little bit of heat, but not terrible bad.
I didn't think it had too much heat. These are good on crackers, and if you put cream cheese and crackers and this on it, it's really good.
It's a hit.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I like it. So, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the recipe, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and we'll see you next time. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like and a share, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell. See you next time.